How would you like to be able to discover the best AI marketing tools? Mike Montague will tell us how to use them. And what's so special about Mike Montague is that he's a leading voice for human first AI marketing, and he'll tell us what that means. And his company, Avenue 9, is an AI powered marketing agency helping small businesses scale without burning bridges and blowing out their budgets. So, Mike, tell us more about human first AI marketing and how can entrepreneurs leverage those to scale their business.
AI Superwoman Podcast with Lily Patrascu shares the world's most innovative AI tools and processes to go from technophobe to AI pro, attract leads, close sales, automate your business, enhance productivity, and deploy AI agents to do your work.
Well, yeah, I think Human First has a few pieces to it. So obviously, if you're creating marketing stuff, you need to put some human thought into what you're making and why you're doing it and what you would like it to create in the first place. So if we just think about a tool like ChatGPT, it starts with the human first. You have to ask it a question before it gives you an answer. You have to tell it to do something, right? Human first also means doing this for your customers first and your employees first and to make your life better. I'm not interested in an AI world where we just make all these autonomous Terminator robots that go out and accomplish tasks and do all of our work for us, and we fire all the humans and things like that. That to me isn't a great world. So I want to do this with the human empathy, kindness, and ethics first in all of this. In marketing, that means not spamming the heck out of all your audience, customers, prospects. And then I think finally there is also like a human first part that means reviewing it at the end, or a human last part that is around kind of accomplishing what our goals are and whether this is effective, and that we're putting the brand voice and who we are into this in a way that, I don't know, makes everybody better, right? Just it's good for the employees, it's good for the marketers, it's good for the company and our customers.
Thank you. Tell us more specifically about how to specifically implement these AI marketing tools and where exactly.
I think there are a couple of ways to think about this. First of all, there's some big frameworks around just the idea of AI. So if you're a business owner and you're a multimillionaire titan, like you talked to on your show here, I think what you need to think about is automation. How can we automate some processes, take work away from people that are repetitive? It's annoying. It shouldn't have to be done by a human. If you're doing something more than 3 times, can we develop a process that would make it simpler, easier, faster? There's generative AI, which is creating content of some kind. In marketing, this is a huge one. But in your business, is there something around this natural language processing and communication? Could we personalize messages more? Could we create more marketing, educational content? Do we need courses? How could we use it to engage our community? There's a whole bunch of stuff there. Then we get into complicated tools, which are like machine learning or predictive analytics, and say, can we use this to analyze our business journey and decide like where the bottlenecks are, or the blind spots in our stuff of like, hey, we're getting a whole ton of leads, but we're not closing a lot of business, or we close everybody that comes in, but we're not getting enough leads. Or it could be some sort of machine learning that if we used enough data, could we get better information out of it? So that's the one that I call, Lily, I call it degenerative AI, because generative AI takes your small prompt and makes something big out of it. But you can also use AI to crunch massive amounts of data. So I don't know how you can tell me how many episodes you're on, but I've done over 800 podcasts in my career over the last 10 or 12 years. I could now have AI go analyze all 800 and tell me, what did we learn out of that? What are the top lessons? What are the best tools? What are the most books that are recommended more than any others? And we can use it to synthesize data in a way that human beings shouldn't be doing. Does that part make sense?
Yes, let's take something specific, okay? Because I
Yeah.
like specific stuff. So let's take LinkedIn, okay? Now, I've been suspended on LinkedIn for about a year, and like I managed to get back in. And I'm very curious how you can use AI marketing tools for LinkedIn because I know they don't allow any sort of automation. So tell me, how do you go around that? Or what do you use LinkedIn and AI marketing together in a way that entrepreneurs like me don't get banned, and at the same time, they grow their profiles? And tell us specifically how to do it.
Yes, I think that when we get into the tools now and these different tactics, there are several tools that I just absolutely love. The one for LinkedIn is called Sales Connector. And this is an automation tool, so you do have to be careful on the limits that you set. It's all within the recommended guidelines and the tools set up there. But the way I use it in a human first way is to ask for connections and start conversations, because I don't think you want to, like I said, just automate everything and max out your limits of sending whatever the limit is. I think it's like a 1,200 or 1,500 connection requests a week, and just maxing everything out just to grow your numbers. But what you can do is get very specific about who your audience is. Put that search from LinkedIn Sales Navigator into a tool like Sales Connector, and then write a custom message to each one of those people. So it's not this, let me spam 20,000 people with a LinkedIn DM. It's, let me customize a message to Lily with AI that says, hey, I'm reaching out because I saw whatever this on your profile. Would you like to have a conversation? And then when anybody replies, you can get those replies personally, and you can respond as a human. I've grown my audience by a couple of thousand followers in just the last couple of months with that tool, and I have a ton of good conversations in there. I've only had one person kind of push back on it so far, and it's fine. They can say I'm not interested, or whatever's there, or this is spammy. Usually those people would do that anyway. Even if I was reaching out as a human, I would have gotten more pushback from that. And that's just all on the connection side. So there's also the posting side of things, which I use a ton of AI for posting and repurposing podcasts like this and others.
Thank you. But LinkedIn doesn't allow automations. So as far as I know, because when
they say they don't, but there are tools
forever.
No, they do allow some automations. Some of the tools can get you some warning flags and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily get you banned forever, your page shut down, unless you go super big, super fast. So I'll take a different approach too. One of the things that I like to do is on the posting side, something like a podcast like this, where you can tag somebody else, is a great way to get in front of their audience. I also don't love the AI comment bots and some of the other tools that are available on LinkedIn, because I think then you're replacing your human nature. You're having it speak for you on your behalf. So instead, what I like to do is try to use more AI to find interesting things to comment on, or to create interesting topics to post. So I love having a conversation like this once a week. You can do it with your client, your prospect, your podcast. You can go on somebody else's podcast, and then ask ChatGPT to write an interesting LinkedIn post for you. And then ask it to create a cool image that represents that, and start posting those things on a regular basis. And posting once a day is great. The other thing about AI, Lily, I think that is fascinating is there's a lot of stuff as humans we're just bad at reading, which is like the best times to post and when I'm getting more interactions and stuff like that. And you can start learning from what's happening on LinkedIn and then start doing more of that. So I'll kind of use AI generated content as the opener again, or the tester. And then once something good happens, I engage with the comments. I do all of that stuff myself. I try to amplify that message. And then I'll also repost or recreate stuff that works on other platforms to the other places where I show up. So for this one on LinkedIn, I actually do the opposite, where I'll post a lot of YouTube shorts from a podcast that I go on, maybe 5 to 10 of them. And then the one that does the best, I'll copy and paste that into LinkedIn and use it as a LinkedIn post and rewrite it. That seems to work a lot better.
Thank you. Is there anything you can do to leverage the content that other people are already creating on LinkedIn and to leverage it with some AI marketing tools that will enable your personal profile to grow and to get a lot more targeted followers?
Yeah, I think targeting is key. There are a lot of tips on that. I haven't had a whole ton of success. So you can feel free to chime in on this one too if you want. In my opinion, commenting is always great. Commenting on influencers that also speak to your niche and your target audience and finding your customers where they are and the groups that they are or the influencers they follow and then showing up there is a great strategy. I've had some success with commenting and especially on some of the LinkedIn top news and aggregated stories that they promote. Whenever I comment on one of those, I will seem to get followers or at least people liking my comments and stuff there. I don't really try to newsjack too much or try to get big headlines or duplicate other people's materials. I try to use tools the way they are intended. So if somebody like an AI expert has a great post, I'll just repost with my thoughts and use the LinkedIn tools that are there. And I've had great success with some of those, especially some of the more creative AI videos or fun visual content. I don't want to steal their content or try and remake it because I feel like that's just violating copyright or intellectual property. But I'll just repost their post and say, hey, here's my thoughts on it as an AI marketing expert. And that'll get good engagement. I think that's a fun thing to do. What's your take?
I'm kind of switched off mentally from LinkedIn just because I've been like suspended for like 8 months and now I'm just like back but it's because it's been so hard to get back and to even contact LinkedIn. I mean, I'm really hoping at some point that I don't know that I'll regain my faith in LinkedIn, but at the moment I'm there, but I'm not physically there. You know what I mean? Like I'm not thinking of, oh yeah, I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna do this or that. But for people who are still on LinkedIn and they have an active following and who are wanting to grow, then I think they deserve to know. For me, it's more like these are tips for other people who are interested in that.
That's fair. I'll give you one more because I did write a book on LinkedIn. It's over here, LinkedIn the Sandler Way, and the profile is where more people get business. So you can actually get business on LinkedIn without having a whole bunch of followers, without contacting anybody, without posting anything. You can use it to go, if any meetings on your calendar, you can go look them up on LinkedIn and find common connections you want to be introduced to. That's one of the main strategies for my book. The other one, though, is your profile shows up when people search your name. So even if you're not using it, you could just by optimizing your profile, putting in a clear call to action and who you serve and making sure you look credible as an expert is a great first step and a way to engage with LinkedIn without trying to be an influencer there.
Thank you. Tell us more about other specific marketing tools that leverage AI and any specific way you have used it for any social media that you want to share.
My favorite tool right now is called Gamma. Have you seen Gamma AI?
No, not yet.
Oh, it's awesome. It's like $20 a month for the like paid version, but you can try it for free and stuff here. It's a presentation creator, but it also makes social media graphics and stuff. And it's like magic. It's like you would think you would want AI to actually work. There's 3 ways you can build a Gamma. One, you can just do a one-line prompt, like it's ChatGPT, and say, build me a presentation on X, and here's what I want it to say, or who's it for, and it will write an outline for you, and then it'll generate all these PowerPoint slides and layouts, and you can do vertical layouts in there for social media posts. So it's a really great way to get visual, like infographics or complicated data sets and stuff. You can choose from different AI layouts and it'll create different AI templates and colors that match your brand, but also layouts for those graphs, which is really awesome. The second way, though, is you can go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I have this presentation I want to make. Help me write an outline for a custom sales presentation or a marketing presentation or a LinkedIn carousel PDF. write the outline in ChatGPT, then copy and paste that into Gamma, and it will make it pretty for you. And then the third way in there is to take an existing presentation and just instantly make it better. So you can upload a PowerPoint or a PDF and say, rebuild this for me. And it'll resize it, reshape it. It'll turn it into a web page if you want. It's an awesome, awesome AI tool. I've used it for live keynote presentations, for social media graphics, the LinkedIn carousels, anything that I need stuff for. It also has a cool AI image generator, which lets you choose between different models. So you can say, oh, if I don't know whether, Google's VO or ChatGPT's Model 3 is better for this picture, you can try different ones and make different cool social media graphics for yourself.
Thank you. I've used ChatGPT for creating some images with text on it, and I noticed that the text was a little bit blurry. And so, are you saying that, for example, let's say if I want to do like a carousel or an infographic for Pinterest or for LinkedIn, I would, let's say, generate, or let's say I already have the text, and then I want to make it pretty. I would use Gamma in order to generate the image. And would the image generated be more accurate than if I was to try to generate the same thing with ChatGPT?
That's correct. Yeah, I've struggled a lot to get any kind of good text and wasted hours trying to figure that from the image generators. But what you can do is generate a cool background image, and then Gamma puts the actual text over that you can edit like a PowerPoint. So once it's over there, if it spells it weird or it didn't get a name right or something, and it's really good, but when it doesn't, I can go in and change it. If it picks different bullet points that I don't want, I can just type over it and fix any problems. So that's why I love it, is because it's more like building a PowerPoint slide than it finishes the image. Then once you build it, you can export it as a PNG or a JPEG, and then upload those as images to Pinterest or something.
Thank you. And for the carousel images that I've seen some people do, like PDFs that are like 18 pages long, you would still use Gamma for that?
Yeah, exactly. It'll make 18 different slides for you. It'll make them vertical, and then you just export as a PDF, upload that to LinkedIn. I also upload it to ChatGPT first and then say, hey, here's this LinkedIn carousel I made. Write the post that goes with it so that it goes viral. Copy that, paste that into LinkedIn, upload the PDF, and you're good to go.
Thank you. Tell us what other AI marketing tools you'd like to recommend, and tell us the specific way that you would use it.
Yeah, I have a list on the website of my top 9 at avenue9.com. I just gave some AI awards for marketing tools. I think some of them are just basic tools that really don't feel that much like generative AI, but they save me a crap ton of time. So one is Grammarly. Just fix all your spelling and write better stuff. It's spell check on steroids there. The second one is Calendly. Save your time booking appointments on your calendar. Just send somebody a link and let them pick. The third one is Whisper Flow. And they spell whisper a little funny. It's WISPR. But this is a dictation software that I just tap 2 keys on my computer, and now I can use my voice instead of typing everything. And with the amount of content I have to make in marketing, I was getting carpal tunnel from typing so much. So now I just hit these 2 keys over here. I say what I want to say. And it's better than like the dictation on your phone, which sometimes you have to like say the periods and the commas, or you can't correct stuff and it's annoying. This one, you can stop in the middle of a sentence. It'll create bullet points for you. Whisper Flow just saves me a ton of time and headache of actually typing stuff. So I think those are awesome. For marketers, there's a whole nother set of marketing specific tools, like Elementor AI will help you make website pages in WordPress and build a pretty great looking website and write the copy for you. Website copy is one of the things that has slowed down my marketing career for 25 years, waiting for other people or myself to write what goes on a website page. Descript is my favorite video editing tool. If you have a podcast like this, you can upload the recording, and it can be any interview or Zoom recording. Upload it to Descript. It'll transcribe the whole thing. Then you can use it to cut out like shorts and do 1-minute vertical shorts, or you can cut out ums and ahs if you have a video presentation to give, or you want to make a marketing video and you messed up that one word. They have crazy AI tools now where if you messed up one word in the sentence, say you said brain instead of brand when you were talking about it, you can actually go into the transcript on Descript now, change the word, and it will analyze your voice, make you say the right word, and change the video so that your lips say the right word. And you can just fix it in the air. And when people are watching certainly a 30-minute podcast, but even a 1-minute short, they're not going to notice that you used AI to fix that one word you flubbed up. And it's a really cool tool. I think most of those are my top ones. Zoom AI is also just amazing. If you're in sales and marketing and you got to take notes on a call, Zoom AI summaries is a game changer for me. I use that for all kinds of different marketing purposes.
Thank you. Tell us about generative voice cloning and generative video cloning. Yeah. Have you found anything that actually works? Because I've tried a few tools and none of them to satisfactory results. That doesn't, make you look like you need therapy.
I agree with you. I'll probably just leave that and make it a short answer, but I'll give you a little bit more, which is I don't even see a use case for that. Both you and I are talking on video and camera now, and we're doing just fine. I don't need a robot to do that for me. So there's only a couple of use cases where I think it makes sense, which is if you're an international business and you need to make content in a language that you don't speak, it is pretty good at that. There's some cool tools that you can find to make you speak Spanish or Chinese or something, and you can get a better following in a different market. But other than that, I don't like it. I don't even like it for courses and places where they've been using AI avatars for a long time. I think it's just as easy to jump on and record yourself and then, like I said, edit it in Descript or something. How about you? Have you seen any use cases? Why would you want to use a AI voice?
I will tell you in a second. But have you found any generative video and generative voice cloning that actually works? Because I haven't.
No. Have you tried 11 Labs?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't really impressed. I think they're the cutting edge. There's people that claim to be doing better, and I don't love them. Descript and some of the other tools will work in short bursts to fix mistakes, but once you start writing sentences or showing emotion and other stuff like that, it just loses its magic.
Thank you. Can I ask you, what do people use for those? I've seen some TikTok short videos of, like, let's say women wearing different, like, really glamorous outfits. Do you know what people use for that to generate those kind of like AI girls, let's say wearing very flowy, really nice dresses?
Yeah, I've checked a whole bunch of those and they were terrible. I think, I don't know, maybe there is somebody that can make better ones and be better than I am at this, but I've tried all the tools that the big AI experts recommend, and they have these virtual influencers that are great looking girls or guys that'll read your message for you, and they just looked like creepy robots to me. It didn't work. So I don't have an answer.
But do you know what they use for that?
No.
Okay, very good. So I'll tell you some use case scenarios for, let's say, the voice cloning and also the generative video cloning. Okay, so my business partner doesn't like to record anything. I mean, he does, but he just doesn't like it. Okay, and I've been pestering him for, I would say, at least 10 years to do courses. And I think the only solution that I can think of that will sort of like push him to do it is, let's say, if I write the course in his voice with his information, okay?
Right.
And because I know him so well, I can do it for him. And then if I was to find a way to actually get his video of, let's say, 2-3 minutes, and then the AI video could generate that for him in his voice and with his text, then I could make it happen, let's say, in 15 minutes, and I wouldn't have to wait another 20 years for it. That would be one. And the second one is, because I'm a book publisher, and that's my main thing, okay? Mm-hmm. And let's say, like, none of my authors that I've published have audiobooks. Actually, okay, I'm exaggerating. There are a couple, but most of them don't.
Audiobooks, yeah.
Okay, and audiobooks can add so much to their business, because a lot of people love to listen to stuff, and also the market is not as competitive for audiobooks versus books. Okay, so they can actually generate a lot more money by publishing an audiobook, but perhaps by the time they start doing it and thinking about it, and I need to persuade them to do it, it's like, it can take forever. However, if there is a really good audio generator of their voice, then I can offer the entire package of, okay, I'll do your ebook, your published book, your printed book, your audiobook, and then I'll do the funnel, I'll do everything for you, and you have to do nothing. Okay, well, next to nothing. Okay, so it just becomes a really good deal.
Yeah.
And
Of course, I do have some ideas. Have you ever heard of Synthesia?
Yes, I think I have tried, but none of the stuff that I have tried, and I'm not sure if it's because I actually speak with an accent. My business partner speaks with a strong accent as well. So I'm not sure if that's the reason for
I don't think it is. That's why I said I don't love any of them. I think Synthesia is the best one on the market. I was actually going to get myself scanned in their professional studio, and at the last minute, I decided I did not want to because there's some fine print in the contract that like they could use my likeness and stuff for whatever video that you want to create then. And so they could literally make me say anything. I could be narrating terrorist videos or any other kind of propaganda for something I don't like. So
underwear.
Yeah, exactly. Underwear model or something I don't want to do. So I decided not to do that. Honestly, for the ebooks, I found the same thing. I've tested a lot of them, and I've heard other people, like famous authors that have a lot of recording of them, get ones that were at least passable. Like I think if you didn't have anything, again, for me, if it was like a different language you didn't speak or something, then you would probably notice that it was AI generated, but you'd just be glad that they were speaking your language, so you didn't have to learn English to get the information or whatever, right? But no, the ones that are trying to do humans, especially for long projects like books, I would just there's voiceover artists that are cheap, and they're getting cheaper by the day with these AI replacements. So I would hire one of them and have them read your book.
Thank you. Tell us where entrepreneurs can connect with you.
LinkedIn is my preferred platform. So it's Mike D. Montague on LinkedIn. And you can just search for Avenue 9 too, and you'll find me, avenue9.com. There is an AI readiness quiz up there. There's my 9 favorite AI marketing tools. I have a podcast called the Human First AI Marketing Podcast. There's not a shortage of ways to find me. I'm a marketer. If you need to find me, I'd love to answer any questions you have about AI or marketing.
Thank you.
Follow me for more AI productivity tools.